we still have a long way to go if it comes to establishing the right laws and policies to make it a win-win situation for Suriname and the multinationals that we will collaborate with. And we're looking at other countries and seeing how things have worked out for them, like Guyana in this case, and looking at what is the best practice that we can use here in Suriname. Because apart from Guyana, we're also looking to Trinidad and, as the president said, also to Ghana in their experiences with the oil and gas sector.
On the ground, what is the feeling like of Suriname learning from Guyana? Is it a big consideration of the plans that Suriname thinks about?
Yeah, it's a big consideration because you guys are a few years ahead of us, and um, as the president says, they're looking towards Guyana as like the big brother in this. You know, let's see what you've been through and see what mistakes you've made, so that we won't make the same decisions, and maybe make better decisions or make better deals with companies, because you trial and error. You have to learn out of that, and if you see that your neighboring countries have already been through that, why should you go through it again if you can learn from them? We can't go around not looking intensely at what Guyana is doing right now, because apart from the fact that we're neighboring countries and that we almost have the same diverse communities and people, we don't differ that much from each other. What I think that Suriname can learn specifically from Guyana is that you guys tend to aggressively sit on top of things like legislation, policies, etc. And here we're a little bit more relaxed and taking our time. It has its pros and cons, but we should move a little bit more faster when it comes to making final decisions and policies on the oil and gas sector.
What do you think people here in Suriname think that oil and gas can do to improve their lives?
You know, every time there is an announcement that an oil well has been found, everybody is, I wouldn't say almost in a festive mood, but they're having a more positive outlook in the future. Um, but the thing they're probably scared of is the entanglement of politics in it all, because we know that politics can be good, but it can also be bad, especially if it's politics mixed with corruption. And Caribbean countries don't really score high if it's if it's on the scale of corruption. Well, we score high. That's what I meant. It's not a score we want, but that's the hesitance that you still feel within the locals. You know, that they're looking for. Okay, we're glad there is oil. There is hope. We can get money from the oil and gas industry, but when will I see it in my pockets? When will I feel it? You know, and that's what they're all waiting for. And I think there there needs to be a bit more education, I think, or create more awareness that it's a very long process. If you that people need to look outside of their borders and see how long it has taken Guyana to come to the point where you can say, okay, you can now slightly feel it economically wise in your pocket.